everybody, glad to have you here for this video because do you remember back in the Emily Awards when I talked about this amazing, creamy, rich, pigmented eyeshadow formula that doesn't flake, that goes on super easily, blends like a dream? Well, it's Smashbox Photo Op and I'm using the Mega Palette in this video. This is an amazing palette I got off of QVC months ago, and this has been a real go-to product for me for just getting ready for work or just forming different looks with any colors I could possibly want. And there's also a great panel in here for face products and eyeliners and lips and things like that. So we're going to be diving into everything with this video. For this look, I feel like as you see me head on, you think, okay, this is kind of a fresh, you know, natural look, but really there is something special going on here with the eyeshadow. I know there are a lot of palettes out there that brands put out and, you know, they're filled with kind of a lot of generic shades, but in terms of this palette, these are all full-size trios that Smashbox actually sells individually. So if you were to go to an Ulta or a Sephora, you would find these trios sold individually, but for this palette, they've all been kind of sectioned off. So it's a real no-brainer. You can see the name of the trio, the names of the shades, and how they've all been kind of divided up. And then you have a couple of quads actually down at the bottom. And so I'm going to be using the trio in Quick Take, which has Vanilla, Ambient, and Serpent. If you want to duplicate this look, keep your eye out in your collection for a matte creamy color, a shimmery gold, and kind of a deep shimmery emerald green. So here's how to get the look. All the brushes I'm using are by Sigma, by the way. I used a flat brush to pick up Ambient, which is the gorgeous gold here. And I just packed that on the inner part of my lid. So instead of doing a typical champagne or silver color like I would do, I went with gold, which I think still provides a lot of brightness around the inner corner of the eye. Next, I cleaned off that brush and then we went to the deep green shade called Serpent. I picked up some of that, patted that on the outer part of my eyelid. Kind of pull the color up into the crease just a little bit, and then we're going to use the line that this brush can create to kind of angle upward at the outer part of the eye. And this is just going to create our shape. This is really easy because you're shaping exactly where you want that shadow. When it comes to kind of blending with the gold, you know, when your brush is just a little bit bare, you know, you can kind of just pat over that line. These blend really effortlessly. Then just take a liner brush, anything you want, go into the green, and we're going to take that underneath the eye. So green is going to be kind of like our lower liner on our natural lash line. Then I'm going to use a fluffier brush, going to go into Ambient again, that gorgeous gold shade, and that's going to be kind of our buffer shade between skin and the deep green. Then you can, you know, clean off that brush, get a different fluffy brush, and go into the matte shade, which is Vanilla. And I just took that in the remaining space between my shadow look and my eyebrow. Next, try to round up a dark green eyeliner. That's what I'm going to be using in my waterline. I wanted something that was going to be provide the depth in that area, but not quite as much intensity as a black. So I think a dark green coordinates well with the whole look. So I'm using Mally's Evercolor Automatic Eyeliner in Fierce Forest. The Photo Op Mega Palette does contain some cream liners. So I'm going to be using Caviar, which is a great black. Just using a small liner brush, just go all across your upper lash line, and when you get to the outer portion, you can sort of make a little connection around the outer corners. What I usually like to do, I think it finishes off the look, ties it all together from what's going on top of your eye to what's going on below your eye. Take Serpent again with a pencil brush and you can just dust over that area. Next, I curled my lashes and I used my Prestige My Blackest Lashes mascara, just kind of deciding what I think about this one at this point. It's brand new to me, and I used my old standby Maybelline Lash Discovery for its wonderfully tiny brush. Used that on the lower lashes just to get some definition going on there. For the cheeks and lips, I'm thrilled that this palette gives you two ginormous blushes, and one of them is Warm Apricot. So just kind of dust that on the cheek. For the lips, I used Guava. And I just put that on with my finger, and I feel like it gives just a really natural tint to the lips. This is keeping the whole face looking really nice and fresh, but then when you really get that peekaboo effect with the eyes, when you look down, you're like, oh, there's something special going on there. I love that. I love it when that happens. So the Mega Palette gives you tons and tons of options here, and you could totally go outside of, you know, a specific trio, but I just kind of wanted to demonstrate how the way they have these outlined is kind of how they're designed to be used, and that was really all I needed for this look, you know, was the trio that was identified there. Quick take. I hope you enjoyed this look and learned a few things about the Photo Op Mega Palette. It's one of those go-to things in the early morning hours when I don't really want to dig through my collection, but just pull out something where it's all laid out for me. So thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon.